Rev up your engines. Today I'm going to fix a Ford that has an odd problem, which happens to all kinds of cars at times. You're driving on the road and it just quits running. And in this case, it happens different times. Sometimes he said it happens when he's idling, sometimes when he's going 20 miles an hour, and once it even quit when he was going 60 miles an hour down the road. So it's scan tool time. I thought I'd use my blue driver and my Samsung phone, just plug it in and see what it says. P2111.00.68. Throttle actuator A control system stuck open. And I've seen this before. This vehicle is a 2012 F-150 with a V6 engine. It does have electronic throttle control. Unlike my old Celica that has a throttle cable, you step on the gas, the cable opens and closes it. This Ford is totally electronic. When you step on the gas, it's actually a computer mouse. There's a throttle sensor up there and it sees how much you step on it. Then it sends that information to the computer that checks everything out, speed, temperature, all kinds of stuff, and decides how wide to open a throttle with an electric motor. In this case, the electronic motor assembly is here. It's called the throttle assembly. And in this model, it's a known flaw. So much so that originally it was like 360 bucks. Ford knew they had problems, they redesigned them. There's a brand new one from the dealer, and it was only $89. And there's a lesson to be learned there. First, I went to a discount auto parts store, and they wanted over $200 for a rebuild unit. They redesigned them and they're selling them so much cheaper at the dealer. What are the odds about that? A computer part that's cheaper at the dealer new than it was rebuilt at a discount auto parts store. So there's a lesson there. Always price around. Don't take the first price unless it's really low and it's a quality part. Now changing them out is pretty straightforward. You just take the air duct screws off on the one side, then on the other side, and do a little wiggling. That comes off, that comes off. Then you get some needle nose pliers, pull out the safety catch. You gotta get it out of the way. Then you squeeze the plastic here and off it comes. Then we unbolt the front. These are 9mm, so you got a 9mm socket. You take them all off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when we get the last one off, we'll give it a little tap. It's got a little clip here, so we'll cut that off. Annoying stuff, they're always sticking everything on them. Off it goes. Then we make sure they look the same, got the same plug on them, and we just bolt it on. Now in the olden days you'd have to change the gasket, but this green thing, it's made out of silicone, and it holds up really well. You don't need to buy another one. Put it over the holes, and start the bolts. Start one, and then start the second one. So you have them lined up. Then put them in finger tight, and then do the bottom ones. They're pretty long screws. Takes a while to get them in. First you make them snug, then give them a final tighten. There's torque specifications for this, but really, do one side, then the cross side, get them snug. That's plenty good enough to get them tight. You can read the torque settings and use a torque wrench if you want. Then of course the air hose goes back on. Wiggle it so they go on right. Wiggle the other side. Push them on. Get them on nice and snug. Then tighten up both clamps. You don't want any air leaks. That one's snug and the other one's snug. Then get your electrical connection, plug it in so it snaps. Then remember to put that little red locker in so it doesn't come loose. Then start her up. Now some vehicle, when you replace the throttle body, you have to reprogram the computer. But from my experience with these Fords in 2012, let them idle for 5 minutes, then take them for a ride. Normally, they work perfectly fine all by themselves. So we're checking for a spin, see how it goes. It's idling pretty good already. And here we go. Seems to be running nice and smooth. So now you know how to replace the throttle body on your car. If your car just keeps dying out of nowhere, and here's the throttle body open code. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.